Gamers, what if I told you your favorite subscription service may be doing more harm than good? Stay tuned, let's find out why I'm hitting the pause button on Xbox Game Pass today. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer, industrial mechanic, and a Red Seal electrician. We cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. Today we're diving into a hot topic. It's something we've actually talked about in the past on this channel, and it's heating up even more with better examples of why today might be the best time for you to cancel your Xbox Game Pass and why I'm considering canceling it as well. I've been a big supporter of Xbox Game Pass. The system as a model is something that's interesting. I've always wondered though, is this actually good for gamers? And are we making sure that the developers are getting paid? Are they getting the money they need to keep pumping out high quality games? Or are we going to find ourselves with what I call the Netflix effect? That's where they want to just keep pumping out content that they just turn out shovelware crappy games over and over again to get quantity rather than that quality that we're all looking for. After all, not every studio can wait 10 years for a major video game release. I'm looking at Rockstar Games. Now, there's been a lot of industry shakeups recently that really has me wondering, is it time to hit the pause button on Xbox Game Pass? Let's look at the good side of Game Pass. First, we've got to give credit where credit's due. Game Pass has been a game changer. For around $20 a month, you get access to premium titles as they're released without having to go and spend the $100 to purchase the game yourself. In fact, if you plan to buy one major game title per year, that $100 you spend on that game can be spread out into a monthly subscription where it's almost the same price. But for that same $100, you get access to those AAA games and indie developed games that you probably wouldn't check out otherwise. So now you get to support your local developers or your smaller studios to play games that they probably wouldn't have had your attention in the first place, but you get a chance to try before you buy, to really see what's out there and experience more options that otherwise you would have just totally missed. Add to that the flexibility to play on your PC or on your cell phone or your TV or a traditional console. Yes, the play anywhere with everything's an Xbox has really landed in a lot of formats to where it seems like it could be a really, really good thing. This has been great for gamers who can't afford the latest hardware, but can still access cloud streaming for games that do require the better hardware, or local play for some of the more casual games. And let's not forget the best part, where those indie developers are finally able to get their content out to a larger supply of gamers that they wouldn't have seen it otherwise. So what's gone wrong? Here's the flip side. Behind the scenes, things aren't quite as pretty as Microsoft would have you believe. You see, Microsoft owns a lot of studios, and they've been tirelessly acquiring studios like crazy over the last few years. Now, Sony saw what they were doing and started scooping up their own studios so that Microsoft wouldn't just control the industry, and it might actually be a good thing. You see, now that they own these studios, Microsoft started merging studios together, shutting down complete studios, and just generally laying off developers from within the studios that are staying online. They've laid off more than 9,000 developers that they just don't think they need anymore. And because these studios are closing down, the projects they were working on have also been closed down as well. You remember that Perfect Dark remake that we've been waiting forever for? Well, guess what? It's just not coming anymore because Microsoft just feels like shutting that studio down. So while the gamers are losing out on some really exciting games that we've really been excited about coming out, there's also a lot of developers losing their jobs at the same time. And this has caused a big crisis in the industry. You see, Microsoft is a company, and as a company, they need to run like a company. So when it's time for the shareholders meetings, they've got graphs that show how the business is going, where they're making money, where they're not making money, where they're maybe taking on a little more risk than they want to. and ultimately they're deciding where their dollars are going. So it gets a little bit weird because Microsoft is throwing billions of dollars towards these acquisitions to get the studios that make the games that we all love. And originally we thought, well, that means that they're going to kind of be under this umbrella, this gaming company who truly understands the core gamers, because after all, aren't the Xbox gamers the real gamers? And I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek as a predominantly PlayStation-focused channel, but I digress. Candy Crush, Blizzard, AI tech, and yet they're slashing 10,000 or more jobs. Now, how does that even make sense? Some experts say that the company just doesn't know how to balance profit and passion. They're not gamers, they're leaders at a corporation. Now, what's the truth? The truth is that not enough of that money is not actually making it to the developers who are making those games that we love and or are waiting for to come out. And that's why, after all these layoffs, it may be time to reconsider your loyalties and or hitting the pause button on your Game Pass subscription. You see, as a bean counter, they're saying how many $20 a month can we collect from people and how much money can we save in paying out to developers and paying for games to get made to keep those $20 a month coming in. And currently, they've been collecting a lot of $20 a month because we keep thinking that these high quality AAA games are gonna keep coming out on the platform. So we don't mind paying monthly because we know those games are coming. But now with the closing of a lot of these studios and those games aren't on the horizon anymore, we need to send that message. So you could save that $20 a month and start sending it towards those indie developers. There are other Game Pass-like services out there. Steam comes to mind. You can find a lot of those games there and play on your PC. It's not going to be quite as convenient as Xbox's Play Anywhere style, but that's okay. How many of us have a PC or an alternative system in our home anyway? If you do, it's time to start looking at what those alternatives offer and see if you can still experiencing the gaming that you want and also throw that support towards those studios that are actually making those games. We're really at a point where it's time to vote with your dollars. Where the money goes is where the companies will follow. And this is a great time to start seeking out those indie developers who are actually gamers, who love gaming, who really support the communities and really want to get recognition for their work. The best recognition that an indie studio can get is actually buying their product. Send the money, buy the game, and support those studios so that they know where they should develop their next game as well. Remember, our collective power is in our choice. So are you ready to take control? Let's start sending that clear message. While Microsoft has been acquiring these companies and totally mishandling what they do with them, it's time for them to give these companies back to the studios who know what to do with these IPs and these brands, or smarten up and stop trying to just chase the bottom line. Make something that keeps gamers excited. I, for one, am starting to just get a little bit bored of what's being offered and those projects that were on the horizon that looked really promising being canceled. That sucks. And it's time to tell everyone that we think so. Now, while you're telling everyone what you think so, why not consider posting in the comments what you think so that I know what content you're looking for. But what do you think about the Xbox Game Pass? Are you gonna cancel it? Post in the comments below, let us know. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.